All rise for the honorable recovery, Lord. Nah, I'm messing around. I ain't gonna start like that. Welcome to another episode of Road to Recovery. I am your host, Recovery Lord. Yes, you already know. We not stopping. We keep going because addiction doesn't stop. So you have to be that strong about recovery as well. So we already know by now um the format I like to start out with is this just for today, the NA version. And again, this is the book, but it's also an app that you could download on your phone. So we're gonna go ahead and jump right in because with all the feedback I'm getting from people out there, um, I want to keep going. Let's go. Let's get it on. Let's get it on. So today's just for today for February 26th is the eighth step offers a big change from a life dominated by guilt and remorse. Basic text, page 39. Remorse was one of the feelings that kept us using. We had stumbled our way through active addiction, leaving a trail of heartbreak and devastation too painful to consider. Our remorse was often intensified by our perception that we couldn't do anything about the damage we had caused. There was no way to make it right. We remove some of the power of remorse when we face it squarely. We begin the eighth step by actually making a list of all the people we have harmed. We own our part in our painful past. But the eighth step does not ask us to make right all of our mistakes, merely to become willing to make amends to all those people. As we become willing to clean up the damage we've caused, we acknowledge our readiness to change. We affirm the healing process of recovery. Remorse is no longer an instrument we use to torture ourselves. Remorse has become a tool we can use to achieve self forgiveness. Just for today, I will use any feelings of remorse I may have as a stepping stone to healing through the 12 steps. I love it. And eventually, we'll get to a point where I do the 12 steps, we'll go over it. um, but for those of you who are familiar with the 12 steps, then you know the eighth step is making amends, making a list of the people you have harmed. And yes, before you make an amends and forgive other people, you're going to have to find ways to make peace with your pain and forgive yourself. That's a key step in recovery. Because again, when we recover, we're not just putting drugs and drink down, we're taking everything back that those things took from us. Some of our pride, some of our respect, some of our honor, integrity, things like that. I also want to share this book with you guys. This is something I'm reading, The Wounded Womb. I got this book first time I got it was some years ago. A really good friend of mine, Kia, got this for me, and I love it. Reading this book along with church, Ramadan, fasting, prayer is helping me triangulate groups on a whole nother level. So I recommend this book for anyone who's looking for a good book to read. What do I want to talk about today? Today, I would like to talk about being an incomplete person. Being an incomplete person. Now, it's one thing if you're incomplete and you don't realize it, but being incomplete and knowing it is is damning. Is something that's gonna hurt you. Why? Because if you're an incomplete person, then it doesn't matter where you work. It doesn't matter how much money you make. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're married or you're single, if you're in a relationship or not. If you're an incomplete person, then that incompleteness is going to show itself in everything that you do. And one of the number one ways to become incomplete is having issues in your family, having family matters, having with fathers not speaking to their sons, daughters not getting along with their moms. I have this on both sides of my family. People who have made a decision to not speak to one another for whatever reason, and are more. It gets to a point where a person's more worried about their point. People acknowledging the fact that they right for feeling the way that they feel after a certain amount of time, or just seeing that incompleteness. I'm gonna tell you what loves when you're incomplete. Your addiction, because that bottle, that pill, cocaine, marijuana, Percocet, the fake Molly and ecstasy they got on the streets here and coming straight up out of Baltimore. The methamphetamine that people think is actually MDMA. That is trying to replace bonds. Somebody told me the biggest thing about addiction is bonds. When people feel like they can't have a bond with their grandmother, with their aunts, with their uncles, with their mother, with their fathers, sisters, and brothers, then they want to have a bond with a bottle, a bond with a pill. And the reason why I said it doesn't matter what you do in life, if you're incomplete, you won't get wholeness in it. Because I've seen it firsthand. Because I've been through this. And you know that song back in the day? How I go, I'm your mama, I'm your daddy, I'm that in the alley. Why you think? And he's talking about, he's your pusher man. He got drugs for you. But listen to the people he mentioned first. I'm your mother. I'm your dad. I'm relatives. I'm family. Replace them with me. And some people think they could do that and wonder why their relationships not working. Wonder why no matter how much money they have, and hey, we know stories of celebrities who died in mansions. So you can't replace certain things with money. I'll take it a step further. You can't replace a father with a psychiatrist or a therapist. You can't replace family with a program. They don't they good. Like, hey, I'm one of the best counselors, in the state of Maryland. And guess what? I can't replace someone's dad. I can't replace an uncle. That's something that if it has to be acknowledged. Certain bonds have to be mended. You cannot just leave things messed up. And you can't you can't replace a wife, excuse me. You cannot replace family with a wife or a husband. They are not there to replace family. They are an extension of family that already exists. So, what do I want to share also? This. How to push people away. So you think I'm just gonna give you lists on good stuff and the cookies and cream. So you want to keep pushing people away and you want to keep burning bridges. And when you learn and see how much it takes to build a bridge, your monkey ass will think twice about burning them. So the first thing, if you want to push people away, the first thing you want to do is show judgment, constantly judging somebody. And nobody's more judgmental than somebody who used to be a fuck up and got theyself together. The same grace that they once wanted when they was screwing up and they was out there, as they say, when I was growing up, they called it trials and tribulations. They love telling you about these goddamn trials and tribulations. Well, showing judgment is the number one way to push people away. The second is to show disrespect, constantly being disrespectful, even if you're right. The fact that you're being disrespectful, you ever hear people say it's not what you're saying, but it's how you're saying it, talking at people instead of talking with them. Third way, talk louder so people can hear you better. Some people don't want to hear you, they want to drown you out. So when you talk to them, they yelling at you. You want to push people away, yell at them. Tell them what they should think, feel, or they should do. Telling somebody else what they should feel, think, and do when God gave all of us a life. Not only that, He gave us free will. So you telling somebody how to live, you're not allowing them to exercise the free will that they Creator gave them. And even if you think you're right in doing that, you're wrong. You're wrong. And you see these heads and all that. I got to a point where I don't care if I ruffle your feathers. So what? Sometimes that's how growth happens, by being uncomfortable. You saying the same stuff you were saying 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Something needs to change. Why are you holding on to that? Because it makes you feel good. It makes you justify. Um, Another way to push people away. Should on them, or in other ways, setting yourself up as the standard. Are you telling people that you're the standard that they should set their life on? Really? Was you the standard when you was fucking up? So why you the standard now that you got better? Just be grateful that things have happened, that you did get better. By you saying, now that I'm better, you better do this and do that. That's not being a gracious winner. You heard of sore losers? Some people are sore winners. You want to push people away? Roll your eyes, grunt, sigh, or make other nonverbal gestures that are dismissive. So you want people to be all dialed in when you speaking when you're speaking to them, and but you making some of these, they call them nonverbal cues, paralanguage, also known as body language. They keep coming up with different words for some of the same stuff, but paralanguage is body language. Tell them the way that it is and prove why they are wrong and you are right. So you go into every conversation with the expectation of it's a damn teachable moment. Every time talking to you is a teachable moment. Guess what? People not gonna want to talk to your monkey ass, because nobody likes a know-it-all with no answers. How about that? Uh, Tell them what they think or feel. Project. They call that projecting. Tell somebody how they should be thinking or how they should feel. Regard your interpretations about what they are saying as facts, rather than realizing that they are just your interpretations. So you want to push people away, make it seem like what you say is written on some damn tablet somewhere. That's a damn shame. And the fact that family is not talking to each other over that bullshit, I'm never gonna respect that. But you have free will. You see how I flip that? So you have free will to be as ignorant as you want to be. whether I agree with it or not. I wish you wouldn't, because sometimes it's things that tie my hands. This past November, I wanted to rent out a Airbnb in Greenwood at the lake. And I started thinking how, okay, this one not talking to this, that one, and you know what? I just didn't do it. That tied my hands. So I'm put all this money up to only see these people, but I can't see them. So I guess what? I just not gonna see nobody. Simple. And I don't want it to stay like that. But a family is bigger than one person. I just wish people could, if somebody is speaking in a sense of a person you love, people say they love my sister. My sister passed and they love her so much. Follow her lead. She was about family coming together. So if you're not on that, then that's one way that you're not honoring her. It is what it is. Um, try no, try to set the record straight and prove you're right, even though it makes people get upset. So you can see what you're saying is hurting somebody, but who cares about their feelings? It's more important that you make your damn point. No, it's not. That's idiotic. And let me tell you, because this not only happens in my family, but I see a lot of families deal with this. You could be smart. You could be smart as chat goddamn GBT. But if you're not doing certain things that people, it's not what you say, it's also what you don't say. It's not the same way. It's not just what you do. It's also what you don't do that you should be. Put people down, label them as things like selfish, too sensitive, lying, putting negative labels on people. But I bet you didn't want those negative labels put on you. Not when you was ripping and running. I didn't want negative labels put on me. Even though I damn sure when I was Barack Obama, like I said, I had to go back and apologize a bunch of times after trying to holler at people that should have been off the board. But once that drinker, you ain't my damn sister. You damn sure ain't my sister. Where we at? Where we at? Do you use you statements? So when you talk to people, do you always tell them what they're doing wrong? Do you use your intelligence to break other people down, but can't figure your own shit out? That's Captain fucking Obvious. And nobody likes Captain Obvious because they say things that are obvious. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Focus on being right rather than being kind. Are you focusing on being right above being kind? Because whoever said sticks and stones may break my bones, but words do hurt. Words make people make decisions that hurt people or hurt themselves, and them doing that hurts people. At a certain age, you definitely should be picking your words more wiser. And not only that, when we have kids and we're trying to teach them right from wrong, they learn by not just, okay, oh, daddy's a counselor, he's recovery lord. They don't just learn by this, they learn by the grace that I show. They learn by the patience that I exhibit. They don't just learn by, yeah, do all those rules apply to you, but because I'm a certain age, then that whole rule book is for you. I got a whole nother one. No, stop separating us. We all in the same gang. Yeah, look that up on YouTube for my people who are a certain age don't know. We all in the same game. How did we go from that to what we got now? Use leading or rhetorical statements. You want to push people away? Say the same thing over and over and sound like a goddamn broken record. That'll push people. That'll do it. And see, the reason why this is important, and I also want to make this statement. I don't have anybody in mind making these comments, but I do know people do this shit, push people away, and then get mad when they're isolated. Say it ain't so, Joe. Make sure they don't stop until you're finished. So the conversation isn't done until you want it to be done. That might be the last conversation you have with some people, and all that. It's gonna hurt you before it hurts everybody. They say nobody wins when a family feuds except the internet, because they get to pop popcorn and be bleeping tamed by what it is they bear witness to. Say submissive statements like, here we go again. You want to push people away and then get mad when you're lonely. Don't do this. How can we fix our problems as a race if we can't even fix our problems as a family? Really? I don't want to hear no deep crap coming from you. If your mind is on Mars, but your ass is behind bars, then you lose the ability to get deep. Because when you go to school, do you go straight to college? No. You start off in elementary. You build yourself up and you work yourself up. So if you can't even figure out simple things, then why would I turn to you for the intricate? That would make me a damn fool. So these are things that we could do to push people away. And some of the worst people you want to push away is family. That's supposed to mean something. How do we get this to this point? I remember when somebody saying they're your brother meant something. Now your brother, the first one trying to get you high. I remember when sister meant something. And auntie. Now auntie is just a chick that's a certain age that young people still find attractive and want to have relations with, which I don't understand. If you are a woman complaining about men and how they doing this and that, then why would you even entertain a YN? Yeah, I'm complaining about men, but I'll go ahead and deal with a man who doesn't even know certain things in life. So no, you're complaining about people who know things. You want to deal with immaturity, with money. That's why a lot of these women deal with a drug dealer, because they want to deal with somebody who got a bunch of money but too dumb to manage it. Let's call it what it is. Because remember, previous groups, honesty is a foundation for our recovery. Only manipulating, lying, playing the same old games, and expecting different results, taking the same old pills, expecting different results, drinking the same old drinks. And then how addiction works is, after a while, that six pack ain't enough. That's only liability, and you need full coverage. So here come all the extra stuff. How do you know you addicted? When you keep looking for different type of drugs to get a better and better high off of. Red flag. You have the disease of addiction. To be honest with you, Pretty much all of us do. Because back in the 20s, they put cocaine in Coca-Cola. And we all have grandmothers and grandfathers who drank that. And we're related to them. And if addiction is hereditary, then we were born with that gene. Some people express it more than others, and some people learn to overcome this. I feel as though I made peace with my pain and found ways to overcome mine. And I hope and pray anyone watching this does the same in their life. And this, the headband, and I'm not it. People not even hitting me with it, but I can hear it. This is where I work, paving a new pathway. 630 Eastern Boulevard. So yeah, this is today's group. And I apologize if I ruffled any feathers, but we only gonna get better by addressing the damn elephant in the room. You think I'm gonna come in here and just give you all this good stuff, all this cookies and cream, and read bedtime stories? That's not how I became recovery lawyer. I became that by challenging myself first, and then anyone else who has the courage to take this journey with me. And it is work. And you're gonna have to get out your own way. And you're gonna have to be uncomfortable. If you just comfortable with the stuff, the statements you say to yourself all day, every day, then you are living in a virtual reality that's comfortable to you. So I hope this is something to get people to think. I hope even more is something to get people to just let go. Let go. If and I remember coming home from Super Pride with all them damn grocery bags, and if I could just drop some of them bags that had stuff we didn't need, let go of the useless stuff. Life is already an uphill battle. Why are you holding on to dumb shit? More importantly, don't be someone who thinks they're intelligent but do ignorant stuff. That makes you what do they call that? A hypocrite. A contradiction. And being a hypocrite and a contradiction, it hurts you more than other people around you. And with that, I'm going to leave that. I love all of you. I hope that these videos are helping people that I love. I have people that I love that I wish y'all could come to my groups every day. And since y'all can't, I'm going to keep putting these videos. I'm your damn counselor, whether you want me to be or not. I'm also your brother. I'm also your son. I'm also your uncle. I'm also your best friend. And I love you all. And I want people to finally make that U-turn if you need to. You going down the wrong pathway, make a U-turn. I did that group a couple weeks ago. I might do that one on a virtual tip too. But again, I'm going to leave it here. God bless you guys. Until next time. And again, one last thing. If you found this video beneficial, please leave me a like. Please also leave a comment. My sister Charisma, the smartest person that I know, you inspired a mess. I can't even say you inspired the hell out of me. You inspired the heaven out of me. And I love you so much. I wish we can do some groups together, because even though you my little sister, I learned so much from you. My brother Zachary, I love you, man. I love you. I learned a lot from you too. We need to do some raps together. I hear me and my songs with other people, and we never did any. So You know, you one of my favorite rappers. Cause yes, you have that gift of gab. They say a person could talk a cat off the back of a fish truck. You one of them. Oh, also, I want to give a shout out to my brother Jabari. He has a song. He has a group. His daughters have a group called Watoto from the Now, and their songs are on YouTube. And one of their songs that they made that I love the most is called Heal the Family. And again, their name is Watoto from the Now. And the song that I recommend you listen to is called Heal the Family. If you go and listen to that song and you like it, put a heart on a song and leave a comment on that song and say, Recovery Lord sent me here. And with that, assalamu. Wadu. See you later, alligator. TTYL. Or however you want to carry. Love y'all. Until the next time.